revolution, when you are writing that, because, to what I've seen, the audience love that song. There's such a positive feedback from, what I see and hear in terms of opinions. So when you are writing that, or in general, when you're writing a song, do you feel some way that you're creating something special or more different than the other songs, that you have something significant there?
No, I don't think so. I think you just, you do hope that there's hope involved. You hope that it's well received and that people understand what you're trying to say. And that sucks now too, today, because you have to be very careful about what you say.
Yeah.
And that pertains to music as well, because we live in a cancel culture world, and they're ready to cancel you for, I wish I could speak my mind on social media, but I can't. I'll say something every once in a while. My wife was like, "Don't write that." No. And she's right. She's right. If half the shit that happens in my head came out of my mouth, I probably would have been canceled years ago.
You don't need to say anything, but I completely relate.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. So with the music, you have to pull your punches sometimes. Lyrically speaking, you have to pull your punches sometimes, and sometimes that sucks because you wish you had the freedom just to say what you felt.
Yeah.
And people would understand that that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for me to feel this way. It's okay for you to feel that way. Mm-hmm. It's okay for everybody to have their own. It's fine. It's like back in the day, there were movies like Blazing Saddles and crap like that, and everybody laughed at everybody. Everybody laughed at each other, and they went about their day and had a good time. Nowadays, you'd never see a movie like that, or you wouldn't even see Tropic Thunder.
No,
what do you mean? We laughed at it, and we went about our day. Yeah. It was fine. You laughed at each other, and you went about your day.
Yeah.
But nowadays you can't do that. So you have to be mindful. So when you're writing, you're hoping that you're getting across what you want to get across, what you feel like what's bubbling at the top, and that you need to get out. You're hoping that you're successfully being able to do that. But at the same time, you do have to watch what you say. You have to watch how you say it. And sometimes you have to be a little creative so that you feel like you're saying what you want. But you have to be a detective when you're listening to it to probably understand what I mean by what I'm saying, because you have to kind of shape it in a way that's palatable.
Don't you think it's paradox? It's such a paradox that we live in a society that, claims so much to be very tolerable and democratic.
They're tolerable as long as you agree with them.
Exactly. Yeah. So at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, tolerable my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
They're tolerable as long as you agree with them.
Exactly.
They're tolerable.
Other than that, you're cancelled.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It really is. It's sad. It's sad that people can't just get along, man. Because we don't all have to, just like people always go pound the pulpit on, diversity and stuff. You know what? That goes with thinking too.
Absolutely, yeah.
It should.
Yeah.
It should, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, diversity in all realms should be embraced.
Not just a specific topic.
Yeah.
You've mentioned, you did a couple of references in terms of movies. You sound as a movie fan.
When you spend this much time on the road, you watch movies. Yeah, you watch a lot. I've watched so many movies on flights lately that I come home, my wife's like, "You want to watch this? See it. About this? See it."
Okay, I know it's an annoying question. It's a very social media-ish, but top 5 movies.
Top 5 movies.
Yeah.
Favorite movie all time is a movie called True Romance.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
That's my number 1 all time.
Literally watched it yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, but
written by Tarantino.
Part in that movie. Brad Pitt plays the guy sitting on the couch. Living on the couch.
Amazing.
Every part of that movie. Gary Oldman.
I love Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He had yesterday, but he had a birthday yesterday, by the way, which was amazing.
What was it?
Gary Oldman.
What?
He had birthday yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, happy birthday. He's one of my favorite actors ever.
Absolutely.
He's phenomenal. Slow Horses.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, True Romance has always been number one as this great movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You sounded like a Tarantino guy to some extent.
To a certain extent,
Yeah.
There's some of his movies where I like some of his movies are like Pulp Fiction was a great movie with dialogue, and then because of the dialogue in it, and then sometimes I feel like he tried to recreate it.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
You do. But phenomenal. I mean, I'm not bagging. I think the guy is amazing. The tops of what he does.
Yeah, I'll be aging and I'll say sometimes I find it, over. What was the word I'm looking for? I think he's overstated sometimes. But great director.
Yeah, and deserving himself. Because he deserves it. Yeah. And if you're going to spank somebody, spank yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's so many great movies. True Romance is always my top, my go-to as far as being my number one. There's movies that my mind just went.
Yeah, it always happens that.
But there are those movies that no matter how many times you flip through the channels, you see it, and you're like, Goodfellas. Was one of those movies that no matter how many times you've seen it, when you flip through the channels, it's like, oh, good. The first part, the second part, where he's selling the drugs and everything, whatever. But it's still good. But that whole first part of that movie, that was excellent.
Scarface is something like that.
Yeah. There's those movies. Yeah. And like I said, mine went blank. There's definitely a handful of movies out there. No matter how many times you've watched them, when you see it, you just stop.
Yeah.
Got it. Update.
You just have to. Yeah. I gotcha. Okay. Final question. Mm-hmm. I usually always like to, ask this people, but what's a question you've never been asked, but you've always wanted to answer during interviews? Is there a specific topic that you wish people would talk to you more about, but they don't?
No, I'm a huge American football fan.
Nice.
So if anybody ever got me on that subject, we'd probably have like the longest interview in history, because I can. That's misery right there. I am a glutton for punishment. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's been a miserable existence. But I'm a loyal fan. So I've been stuck with the Browns since '81.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but yeah, that's a subject that I love talking about because I know way too much.
Yeah,
and I think it has to do with touring, especially in the early days. I didn't drink or anything, and so American football, sports in general, was kind of my getaway. When everybody else would be partying on the bus, I'd be laying in my bunk listening to Book of Shadows by Zach Wilde, and reading the latest publication of sporting news or something, just to get away from the chaos that was surrounding me. Yeah. But yeah, probably football, American football is something that doesn't come up in music interviews. But I don't know. I can never talk about my family enough because I'm proud of my family, my boys and everything. Proud of the men they've become. So I never get to chat about them enough. But that's probably it. Right? I think everything else has been covered over the years.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I will leave you there. I don't want to, make you late for the sound check. It happens. What's your request? Would you sign this for me?
Absolutely.
And I'll ask you for a photo as well.
Yeah,
if that's fine.
Absolutely.